Joe Biden's been a phenomenal president. He's lived up to so many of the promises he's made. There's one promise left that he could fulfill, being a transitional figure. He could resign the presidency in the next 30 days, make Kamala Harris the president of the United States.
Whoa.
He would absolve her from being able to from having to oversee the January 6th transition, right, of her own defeat. And it would make sure that it would dominate the news at a point where Democrats have to learn drama and transparency and doing things that the public want to see is the time. This is the moment for us to change the entire perspective of how Democrats
this
operate.
has now jumped from an internet meme to a Sunday morning show.
Jamal's out here right now.
Congratulations.
Season of House of Cards.
Whoa. Can you believe what you just heard? Woo! Can you believe what you just heard? You want to hear it again? Yeah, it's and it's doable. In this wacky world of politics here in America, it's doable. And I believe it's a hint. I believe it's a hint. Now this time when you watch it, I want you to see something. Let's go big screen. Because your eyes automatically go to her. I learned, believe it or not, over 40-some years ago in college, I learned when I took either my first or second year classes in communications that red has a way of signaling the senses. You feel me? It has a way of just catching your attention, and everything else, it doesn't matter. So you're hearing him, and I believe the camera is deliberately focused in this direction. You see, when it comes down to the director or production, the cameraman gets their cue from the director / producer, whatever you want to call it, the director of the show. And that person tells the camera person what and who should be in the spotlight at any given time. And because I used to run cameras, I understand how that go. So we're starting this thing off. We're hearing him, but again, your senses are here. And why? Because those are the sun god colors. Those are the sun god colors, baby. It's called speaking without speaking. Let me type this up for you. New subscribers, welcome. Sun God Ra. There you go. Those are his colors. Got the snake on the head and the falcon face, right? Those are his colors. Like an orange and a rust gold. Those are his colors. Like a reddish orange and a gold. Those are his colors. So when you look here, you're seeing this blend. It's not exactly, but it's putting you in that state. You feel me? So now watch it and listen. And a few seconds later, the camera finally goes on him. And hear what he got to say, because I'm going to break this thing down for you. Check it out.
Joe Biden's been a phenomenal president. He's lived up to so many of the promises he's made. There's one promise left that he could fulfill, being a transitional figure. He could resign the presidency in the next 30 days, make Kamala Harris the president of the United States.
Whoa.
He would absolve her from being able to from having to oversee the January 6th transition, right, of her own defeat. And it would make sure that it would dominate the news at a point where Democrats have to learn drama and transparency and doing things that the public want to see is the time. This is the moment for us to change the entire perspective of how Democrats
this
operate.
has now jumped from an internet meme to a Sunday morning show.
Jamal's out here right now.
It's now jumped.
And again, it's doable. Now the question is, who would be VP? That's the question. Do they switch roles? No, because he said Joe leaves. Who becomes the VP? Who's next in line? That would be Speaker of the House, right? Hey, look, throwing it out there. Anyway, it's 12:24 in the a.m., 11/11 of 2024. This video came out on Sunday. Welcome, I'm Friendship Pearson. Welcome to Friendship Blue. This guy's name is Mr. Jamal Simmons. Mr. Jamal Simmons. Now he's an American political advisor who formerly served as the communications director for Vice President Harris. Okay? From January 22 to January 2023. Now I want you to notice something about this brother. You see that? That's his date of birth. Does that look familiar? July 21st, 1971? July 21st, 2024. Joe Biden, the incumbent president of the United States, announced his withdrawal from the 2024 United States presidential election and endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris as his replacement. Harris subsequently received the Democratic national, but eventually lost the election to Donald Trump. What are the odds that this man's birthday is the same as Joe Biden, the day that he dropped out the race and handed the baton to Kamala? What are the odds? What are the odds? Come on now, I know what you're thinking, because I'm thinking it too. 11/10 of 2024 is when Mr. Jamal made this statement. Subtracted from Barack Obama's birthday. Always do that, right? The difference is what? 306 or 36, whatever. But the bottom line is 98 days. 98 days ago. Well, it's 98 days from Barack Obama's birthday to this here, the day he just made this statement. Now, what is 98? The 98th day of the year is April 8th. I don't know what that means. Because technically, she would become the 47th president, right? So what is 48? Well, we already know, I've talked before, that 48 is the day of April 8th, the eclipse. That's when the X came over the earth. Okay, you know, somebody gonna be X'd or what? Now, we gotta go back in history, go back in time. Because this is one of the first things I thought about. I'm like, Pearson, there's gotta be a way for them to speak. Why would this man say this today? And again, the main reason I say this would fit, the people, they have not accepted, I would say the predominance of Democrats have not accepted this loss of Kamala Harris. And wouldn't it be something to put her up in there? And think about it. She's never gotten a role, really, arguably, based on what she's done. Think about it. If she gets this top nod, I'm just going to give it to you. I'm going to break all party lines. I'm just going to give it to you. Now, on October 18th of 1989, former president, this brother right here, President Ford, he was asked, I've run it before, so you know what it is. He was asked, when do you think we're going to have the first female president? And he said it won't be by traditional means. He said that the male president would die and the female would get the position. He also said that once a female gets up in there, it's going to be hard for her to do what? It's going to be hard for a man to get back up in there. Now look at this. You got 10/18/1989. If you take 10/18 of 2025, the next anniversary when he said that, versus 11/10 of 2024 is when Jamal just said what he said. The difference is 49 weeks, people. It's exactly 49 weeks. Isn't that amazing? From the time that the former president predicted a female president versus when Jamal just said this today, it's 49 weeks. Now, you know that's a mathematical improbability. But look at it like this. Why is it a mathematical improbability? Because Kamala Harris is the 49th VP, which means she would be catapulted into the presidency. Now, this is really interesting, isn't it? See, only a God can make that happen. Only a sun rock can make that happen, okay? Those colors. Come on, man, work with me. Now, we already saw his date. I saw Kamala Harris. Now, she became the nominee for the Democratic National Convention. I was at this convention 5 straight days here in Chicago. I covered that story. Now, the day that she spoke was August 22nd, and she accepted the nominee. Now watch this here. Take August 22nd of 2024, this year, when she accepted her party's nomination. Subtracted from Jamal's comment made today. The difference, people, is 81 days. 81 days. What is the 81? Joe Biden's 81 years old. Come on, man. I know it's late, my throat hurt, but I'm gonna say it. Come on, man. Jamal's statement versus the day that she got the nod is 81 days exactly. You gonna tell me this thing wasn't planned? What this man said? Come on, man. It fits too well, don't it? Listen to her speech.
And so, on behalf of the people, on behalf of every American, regardless of party, race, gender, or the language your grandmother speaks, on behalf of my mother and everyone who has ever set out on their own unlikely journey, on behalf of Americans like the people I grew up with, people who work hard, chase their dreams, and look out for one another, on behalf of everyone whose story could only be written in the greatest nation on earth, I accept your nomination to be President of the United States of America.
And it was all happy. Purple tie and all, Doug smiling. You think if Joe Biden steps down, these folks wouldn't be full of glee and joy? You know they would. They were full of all kind of joy. You feel me? They'd be happy, man. How many days would they get out of this? You got November, December. You got January. You get 30, 60. You get 70 days of being president. And then you hold on for life, not wanting to let it go. You could let something happen overseas, and hey, who knows? Hey, I don't put nothing past him, like I told y'all in my live show today. It ain't over till it's over. Now look at this here. Here's Jamal's full name. Jamal, I can't even pronounce that, Simmons. That's his real name, y'all. That's his real name. I'm gonna show you. Jamal N. Kosi Simmons. That's his real name. Take his name and Kamala and put it together, you get 194 in reverse reduction. What is 194? The 194th day of the year is July 13th. What happened on July 13th? There's your answer. Don't ask me why it come out. It just come out. People, I'm Franchise Pearson. I'm up late, and I'm getting it done. This is for the folks who work midnight shift. You go to lunch, watch this video. And those of you all who see it tomorrow, tell me what you think, because this is crazy. I'm going to put in the description my link to my new channel. I'm sorry I didn't put it up in there. Brother be tired, I'll be forgetting. I just figured y'all would type in my name, call it a day. But hey, I'm gonna put a link in there, okay, in the description for my new channel. It's called Franchise. It's called Franchise Gift, okay? And please subscribe. I need a backup channel, and that's the goal. I appreciate it. Just type it in, Franchise Gift. There I am, right there. God bless you. Have a good evening. Let me know what you think. Like I said, it's not over till it's over, people. I don't believe this man said this by accident. Tell me what you really think. God bless.